Gray. I go to Balham Seventh-day Adventist Church. I'm a member there. And what I do professionally is I run Carmel Greystone Productions, which is a company that does all elements of film, theatre and photography. So I like to say that if there's anything to do with film, theatre or photography, I can pitch for it. I spend most of it has been in the theatre and photography. I've made a dozen or so short films and 2 feature-length films. So that's how I try and carve out my time. I've always had a love of storytelling, always had a love of creating ideas. In terms of the writing, I can recall the very first time. As a kid, we do make-believe and stories. I know most kids do that, but there was something in it that I got a particular buzz from, not just the playing the game, but the actual creating the story. I always had a love of the storytelling. One of my elder sisters used to write novels for herself in the house, just for herself, and she'd always test them out on me. So I always got quite excited by the story, and that has never left me. My company's name is Carmel Greystone. When I set up the company with my brother, when we were thinking about the name of the company, Carmel is the name of my mother, and he said, my brother came up with a name to use her name, and he said the important thing is to think a lot of our work she might not like, but we will do no work that we would be afraid to show her. Even if she said, "Oh, I didn't like that," that's okay. But it's nothing. We must make nothing that we definitely couldn't let Mum see this. And I thought that was a nice little benchmark, because I would imagine that a lot of my work would challenge her beliefs, faith, perceptions, I guess. Some she would like. She's passed now, but some she would like. But none of the stuff that we make, I do hope she never ever sees it. I wouldn't say that my work is not so much for bringing people to faith as opposed to challenging the people in faith. I wouldn't say that. What I would say is I'd like to challenge the people that are in faith about their faith. I would also like to show the people who are of no faith or unchurched or do not regard faith that, hold on, do you know what? There's probably so much of your characters that would be heralded as a characteristic of a person in faith, but you probably just don't like the packaging of faith. What does that say I am if I say I'm a person of faith, therefore I'm not a person of faith, but I'm saying, but look at your characteristics, you are of faith. So I'm kind of talking to them both and challenging them both, really trying to say, let's be careful. Maybe it's the label that is wrong, not your faith or your lack of faith. Maybe what you believe isn't the issue. It's how others choose to label what you believe. So that's probably where I'm coming from. We've just been working on a piece called My Brother Jamal. That was at the Omnibus Theatre this summer. That was there for a week. And so My Brother Jamal, and this will give you an insight on the type of stuff that I do. My Brother Jamal looks at, I have 2 soldiers. So, I have 2 soldiers. One is from the west and one is from the east. And they're caught in crossfire, and they both take refuge in a hut. And of course, at the beginning of the night, they want to kill each other. One's from the east, one's from the west, and they want to kill each other, but they need each other to survive the night. And by the end of the night, after an examination of each other, they realize that, we aren't the problem. You are the same as me. You want exactly what I want for your family, for your children, for your land, for your community. You want exactly the same out of life that I want. It's our politicians, it's the guys above pulling the strings that make us think that we hate each other. And at the end of the day, you're my brother. And one actually has to lay down his life for his brother, according to the plot of the story. And that's what I'm examining. So that's my brother Jamal. That we did that in the summer and on a break now, but we may be taking that forward again in the new year. You can contact me on Facebook or get in touch with the group on Facebook. I have a page, Agape Theatre Company. Agape, God's love, clues in the title. Our website is www.carmel-greystone.com. So that's www.carmel, like the mountain, carmel-greystone.com. Facebook, Agape Theatre Company, there's a page. Twitter's just under my name. I wouldn't really say at this point that Twitter is one of the platforms that I use. And Instagram's under Carmel Greystone right now, but I will actually create an Agape page for it. But right now, if you were under Carmel Greystone on Instagram, you would be able to contact me.